So I got this water changing, gravel cleaning. So I've unpacked it, came in this box. Instructions are pretty useless. They're all in Chinese. Useless to me anyway. And it's a 240 volt, which is suitable for electricity here in Australia. The only problem is it's a Chinese plug, so before I use it I'll have to change it. I'm guessing these pieces attach on here, and by the look of it we get enough pieces to actually have a fairly lengthy suction. So you don't really need to go that far. So I've got two, and I think my tank is 2 foot deep, so I'm guessing this should be enough. So that goes at the top. So put it down here. And the drain goes down here. Seal there. And this bit I don't know why you need to undo that, because I think it's just a push on. Piece down here. So if I use both, this thing is fairly massive. If you look at it, it's without even the other extension piece. If I scroll back a bit, you can see how tall this thing is. It's probably just over 3 foot or 1 meter. So these bits in here, I haven't even opened the packet. I'm not exactly sure what they're for. This is some sort of duckbill, maybe it's a vacuum attachment, because I guess you can use it to siphon out water. It looks quite useful. So I would use plug off and put on an Australian one. And that's the joint there, and I'm here to drain some of the rainwater out of the tanks that I'm working on. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this two-handed, but according to the diagram it should. Now this thing came with a lot of extensions, so I'm not really that fussed about the fact that it's a bit short for this 2 foot tank. I can adjust that, so I'll turn this on and let's see what happens. So it's on now, you can hear it. Now I've got a feeling the head has got to be submerged. Let's try in a deeper water tank. Okay, you can see these have been out for a bit longer. A lot more rainwater in. Let's see how these go. Yes, success. It has to be lower for it to work. You can see the water is coming out at a really good rate. The kit, it comes with a plastic overflow tube channel. So if you're trying to suck up the fish poop, it'll do that and return the water straight back to the fish tank. So you're not actually emptying the tank, you're just vacuuming it up. Here it is as an overall review. I think it's a great little unit. What I can say though is it does tend to get clogged, especially on the startup. So if it's running, it's pretty powerful enough to suck up debris, and I had leaves and a whole heap of crap in these tanks, and it plowed through it once it got going. And the suction is strong enough to actually drain it all the way to the bottom. So long as it can get a grab, it will do the job. Continuing on my review with this gravel cleaner, I've packed it into a box I bought from the hardware. I've had to extend the wire and the plug because the plug was Chinese, so get that right out of the way of the water. So before I begin, I need to get some of the rocks off the substrate, and then I'll continue filming. So I'm about to turn off my pump, the sump, which is that one, and you'll see the water drain back and rise. I normally have the water level at about there, but I get a lot of evaporation. Let's see, that's about the extent that it goes down. All the fish getting ready for the tank clean. They know what to do. Right, so pause it again and get the rocks out. So here it is all put together. I've put 2 extensions on the end, one in the middle. It came with 3, so I'm guessing it can do a really long, deep tank. Mine is not so deep. I've got the rocks out there sitting in a bucket, and for whatever reason, I have no idea how this occurs, but all the fish waste appears on one side of the tank. So far so good. There's a switch here on my left hand. We just turn on, and as you can see, instantaneously it's filling up. It's taken a bit of sand, which I'll let go and just pull up. I guess I went in too deep, but it seems to be really good. And see if we can make a difference being closer to the substrate. It seems to be. I really thought it was going to be more powerful than this, so I'm kind of disappointed. Okay. Now, yeah, as a siphon this thing is fantastic, but as a gravel vacuum it's not so good. It's not pulling up. I think there's a bit of a restriction in this upper chamber. So that's what it has softened up so far, if you can see in the camera. So that was a pure white disc, pretty filthy. What I'm doing is taking this sponge out, see if that'll improve the flow and hopefully the collection. No, it's not very good. Can you see the top chamber? Taking that sponge out now has indeed increased the flow. I guess it's working better. It's sucking up the poo now, at least, rapidly. Like using a vacuum cleaner in a fish tank. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this bit, and I'll probably write in my comments what I really think about this thing.